Hi, everybody. Welcome to Tip Tuesday with LV Ingenuity. Thanks for tuning in again this week, you guys. So, this week we are continuing our most favorite gift highlights for older adults in 2022. And I was going to ask, are you ready? We're in the trenches right now of the holiday season. Have you gotten all your gifts bought yet, or are you still behind? Are you a little behind like me? So I did get behind because last week, if you watched, I was a little sick and that took me out for a good 14 days. This is day 15 and I'm just now getting back into the land of the living. But one of the things that I was thinking about just from a personal standpoint of my gift giving this year was I wanted to give gifts this year that were usable. And what I mean usable is something that wasn't just something to give that's going to stay on a shelf, or not just something someone would use for a one-off occasion, but something that people would really use for their everyday life. And, I was going through all of these ideas in my mind because here I am, homebound for 14 days. And I realized that I'm using a lot of these convenience apps. So, here I am, like not feeling like cooking food. So I'm door dashing food to my doorstep. I'm Instacarting, NyQuil and Gatorade to my doorstep, for groceries. And I am, one day I did, and I'll admit it, I did call Uber just to take me door to door for my pharmacy pickup. So I used a lot of these services while I was homebound and sick, even more so than I normally would. But like I said, I will pay for convenience, especially here in the wintertime in Chicagoland, because I am a Southern girl living here in this snowy world. And when it snows, like I said last week, I don't want to come out. So if I have the means and if the convenience is available, I will pay for that. It's important to me, and it is a little bit of a luxury, but I think it too, it's a safety component. I don't drive well in the snow, number one, so I am protecting the public from me getting on the highway, and I'm also protecting my personal physical safety because I'm a klutz. And so it's just better if I stay indoors, especially in the wintertime. So as I was thinking about all of these convenience apps that I was using while I was home, I was trying to figure out what gifts would be good for me to give. I've got a few more gifts that I need to send to some relatives in Georgia, and alongside me wanting to highlight a gift for Tip Tuesday this week. And I thought, well, okay, that's great. I will give them the gift of some of these convenience apps because, who couldn't use a DoorDash gift certificate or e-card, and I don't even have to wrap it up and ship it, and avoids all of that. And now that we're already in December 20th, I'm behind anyway. So that brought me to that. But then as I was thinking about these things, it occurred to me that I don't know if that's going to work for everybody on my list, because we are, my family and where I'm from originally, and I will say it, we're from the sticks of Georgia, and that's Northeast Georgia mountains. And we're kind of rural in a small community. And even though technology has advanced, if you're up on a mountain somewhere, or on something that we call Blood Mountain, which is, yes, it's scary and it is a place, you're not going to have data to use sometimes and Wi-Fi. So even if I do have the apps, I can't use them. So that led me down another sort of like Google rabbit hole, because I was also at the same time creating writing some content over the past 14 days for some clients. And I came across a solution for it. And I cannot believe that I didn't know about this sooner. Again, maybe you guys know about it, and I was just living under a rock here for a bit, but I came across this solution called GoGo Grandparent. And I thought, this is it. This is the solution that I need for a couple of people that I was thinking about in particular, at least in my family. And this is just a great solution for anybody that wants to gift for an older adult, or for the older adult themselves to purchase for themselves. And it's called GoGo Grandparent. And what it does is it eliminates the need of having a mobile device or an app to get door-to-door services. So all you need to know is one telephone number, and you can do it as old school as you want. It could be from a flip phone, it can be from a new fancy smartphone, and it can be from a landline, you guys. So all you need to do is call a telephone number, and that connects the older adult to a concierge, who is a real life person, by the way, not a bot, that is manned 24/7, and they will solve for any of the door-to-door needs. So for instance, if I'm an older adult and I need a ride, they will be the conduit between me and an Uber and Lyft driver. But the great part about it is I don't have to have the app. I don't have to know how to use the app. And I don't know about you guys, but one thing I hate about the Uber and Lyft apps, and I use them a lot because I travel some, is I really hate when it says, okay, I've got the app downloaded and I've got everything in place, and I call for the car comes, and I'm waiting for the car to get there, and it sends me this notification that says, boop, drop the pin where you want to be picked up. Okay, now I did fail map reading 101. I'll be that. So if I'm in any foreign territory, and that includes downtown Chicago, I will just like look up and see what street I'm on and try to put the pin in sort of the right direction, but it never fails. Each time I throw the pin down, I still get a call from the Uber or Lyft driver that says, okay, now I know you're on Ontario Street in downtown Chicago, but are you on the north, south, east, or west side of that street? I have no clue. So it's not even me not knowing how to use the technology. It's just me being directionally challenged. And that's another whole thing in itself. So GoGo Grandparent, all you have to do is call a telephone number, and you're connected to a real life person, and you don't have to be so savvy as to put the pin drop down and download the app and do all of these other things. The other great thing about it is if I'm an older adult and I have a large, let's say, walker or assistive device that I use every day, I can let the concierge know that, and they will pair me with the drivers that can accommodate that need. So for instance, instead of having a big walker and you get in the car and the Uber driver's just like putting it on your lap to hold during the whole drive, they will find an Uber driver that has a trunk that's big enough to accommodate that. So you're not holding it or, carrying it across for the whole trip for safety and comfort. The other thing that I like about it is if you are gifting, let's say, a ride through GoGo Grandparent to someone, the concierge will give you updates on how that ride went as a family member. So, a lot of times if you're not glued to that Uber and Lyft app a lot, you don't know if they got from point A to point B. Hopefully you did, and you certainly don't know if there was any problems with that ride. So these are just extra layers of peace of mind for us that are gifting it for the older adults and loved ones in our lives. And it also gives the older adult independence. But then what I actually realized is not only it doesn't stop with transportation door-to-door services with GoGo Grandparent, it actually provides door-to-door delivery. So that's anything from, like I was talking about, my DoorDash, my meal deliveries, or grocery deliveries, or even medication deliveries, and any other care options that your loved one may need. So I thought, what a great gift this would be, not only for me, but also for my older adults. And it will eliminate the legwork of me having to go out now and try to buy a gift and wrap the gift up and pay arm and a leg for shipping and handling to not get there by Christmas. And I can simply just go on to GoGo Grandparent and give them gift credits. And I'm going to drop the link below that explains a little bit more about the gift credits and how to gift that to someone in your life. But the other thing about the gift credits is if you, let's say, have a sibling and you want to go in with buying and sharing the cost of some gift credits with your loved one, they can split it for you. So there's no longer these conversations of like, you get this ride, I'll get that ride, you get this Instacart delivery, you don't have to do any of that. They take all of the guesswork and the calculation out of it, which is really great for me. So I can't wait to give this to some people, because think about it. Just in 2022, personally, how many times have you used Uber or Lyft? How many times have you used Instacart? How many times have you used something similar like a DoorDash, or even just had food delivered to you, pizza or whatever? Like, this is a usable gift. This is the gift that keeps on giving, because not only does it provide me as the gifter a peace of mind and safety and a nice, unique, usable gift, but it also gives the older adults that's receiving it options. And it gives them a lot of options for independence, for mobility, and just choice, and things that they might not necessarily spend on themselves. Even though we don't consider sometimes DoorDashes and Instacart, grocery deliveries, you have to have groceries. We could go out and get those. But, sometimes older adults feel like that's an indulgence. That's not necessary. But like, everybody deserves convenience. Everybody deserves door-to-door service, whether it's transportation or food delivery. And especially when, depending on where you live, in the wintertime here, it can just be brutal. It's just not even worth getting out without door to door. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is in the world we live here in Chicagoland. So I invite you to check out GoGo Grandparent and let me know what you think about it. And in the meantime, if you are in a rural community and are having problems finding access to transportation for your loved one or your older adult in your life, please reach out to me, send me a DM, and I will point you in the right direction. Because truthfully, if I hadn't worked in the senior services industry for a while, I probably wouldn't have known where to look or what services exist. So I just want to point you in the right direction so you won't be spinning your wheels going down Google rabbit holes, which we all can do. But in the meantime, I hope you have a very safe and healthy week coming up. And I hope you have all of your gift giving underway and going through the finish line for that. Please stay healthy. Don't do like I did. Do as I say, not as I do. And until next week, I will see you next time.